Well, straight away, the Russian goes toe-to-toe and gets to work. The Azeri had a very tough bout in the semis, beating Javid CHALABIYEV of Kazakhstan. Very close decision indeed. And of course, the Kazakh crowd in attendance weren't best pleased. Nikitin, a national youth champion as well as a national champion, showed a lot of promise at the European Olympic hopes. Took the first place there. Took a bronze at the European Championships in Minsk, so comes off the back of, well, a nice tidy placing in those championships.
Oh, the Russian starting to back him into a corner here and unleashing some fury. He looks the stronger of the two at the moment. It's been an interesting category, this men's bantamweight. Caprazana, the #1 seed in the world, went out in the quarterfinals. Likewise, Conlon, well, he too went out to Nikitin. In fact, the only seeded competitor here is Vladimir Nikitin. He's ranked 10th, so there was a lot of big names that went out in the earlier rounds. Now the Russian again charging in here, power punching.
Well, Nikitin really putting pressure on the Azeri right from the get-go. CHALABIYEV trying to work off his jab, trying to keep some distance between him and the Russian, but a big thundering right hand goes in. Both these fighters very precise, good targeted shots in the target area. So at final level, no room for showboating. No space for any slack. Everything accounted for. Russian turns his man, lands a heavy right. The Azeri catches the right hand again. Working steadily though. That left-right combination not really having an effect on the Russian. The left goes through and the right from the Russian.
Well, that's it. End of round #1. Some great exchanges at the end there. The Azerbaijani, though, I think he's just feeling a little bit overpowered by the Russian. And when he gets inside, a vicious hitter.
Absolutely. Good, solid connections. Worked his way in. It wasn't enough for the Azeri just to stick out his left and rely on that double combination. The Russian came in underneath the guard through those overhand shots, and they landed solidly.
So let's see what the judges scored that as. Well, they preferred the style of CHALABIYEV, who was working at distance there. Nikitin of Russia getting the 9s across the board. 10s for CHALABIYEV. So round #1 goes to the Azerbaijani. And let's just remind ourselves that quality of hits important. Indeed, aggression is vital too. Dominance, as they call it. But technique and form are all part of the scoring. So we're underway then with the second round. Vladimir Nikitin of Russia in blue, Javid CHALABIYEV of Azerbaijan in red.
So 2 of 3. And, interesting to note the judges' scores in that first round. These are good, solid connections from the Russian. And although he's coming in underneath, stumbles there, just off the back of a left hand. So presumably, word round the Azerbaijani's corner will be to keep on doing what you're doing because it's working. However, what a wild card Vladimir Nikitin is when he's hitting like that on the inside. The referee still warning Nikitin about his head. No headgear implemented in this 2013 championships. It's made a huge difference to the mindset and attitude of the fighters. We've seen more intense and exciting action. And as the shots start to land from the Azeri, the Russian starting to back off a little bit.
Well, so far, CHALABIYEV has thrown most of the clean punches here. He's looking good in the second round to take it as well. The Russian just looks a little fatigued. He's heavily bruised around the face, and I just wonder whether the 15 rounds of boxing to get him to the final has really taken its toll over the last 13 days.
Well, it is a long game coming into a championships like this, but the Azeri's starting to step up now, and we see him slowly moving through the gears, and it's the Azeri that's putting pressure on the Russian now after that really aggressive start from Nikitin in the first. Slightly cleaner punches I'm seeing from the Azeri.
Yeah, and a little less aggression from the Russian as well. This is a bit more clear-cut this round. Oh, good combinations. The Russian with no answer at the moment.
Apart from trying to close the space and coming in and throwing the overhand shot, the Russian just bullying his way in. But the Azeri up to the job and trades with him.
Well, it's a shame the bell went there. That was just really starting to catch on fire, wasn't it? As the two of them traded in the first round there, it appeared the Azeri was trying to back away from standing toe-to-toe, but I think he feels a bit more confident now. He can handle the power of the Russian.
We'll just see how the Azeri gets on top of this, and those combinations relentless. 4-5 combination punches seemingly unanswered by the Russian. Much more precise, much more on target, and well, definitely a more clear round if the Azerbaijani takes the win.
Yeah, two judges have seen it the way of CHALABIYEV. One judge has seen it the way of Nikitin, and it's a little surprising, though. 19 apiece for Judge A. 2018 is still the Azeri who has the advantage going in to round number 3. The final round then to decide this men's bantamweight minus 56 kilo class World Championship final. CHALABIYEV in red for Azerbaijan, Nikitin of Russia in blue.
Nikitin ranked number 10 in the AIBA world rankings. Had a tough clash against Mykola Butsin of the Ukraine. CHALABIYEV yesterday in the semis beating the Kazakh fighter. That was no cakewalk, but it shows the high skill level of the Azeri. CHALABIYEV creating space. And it's from there that he can work. Now closing the ring down. Russian takes a good shot there, and again, these are great precise combinations. CHALABIYEV really hammering them out now. Just under 2 minutes left, and this has moved up a whole different gear. The Azeri dominating now. And at this stage of the bout, to see 4-5 combination punches flying out, well, a real demonstration of excellence.
Does the Russian have any answers? He's just throwing these big hooks at the moment. I guess he's hoping one of these bombs is going to land. The Azerbaijani now just hanging on. He's done some good work in the opening 90 seconds of this round. And just been told to keep his head up. Underway again, 1 minute and 6 on the clock.
Well, Nikitin knows he's got the work to do here, so he's putting those big shots in. The Azeri trying to close him down. Just putting his head down and throwing big shots. We've always got a puncher's chance until the bell rings. And Nikitin is relying on that distinct lack of strategy.
Now watch your elbow, says the referee to CHALABIYEV. 30 seconds to go then.
CHALABIYEV still happy to go to the wire. Both fighters sensing an urgency here.
Well, a big exchange from either of them, and it could sway the judges to go right down to the wire, but it's CHALABIYEV who was on top in the first minute. The Russian gets in a few good hits, but it might just be too little, too late for the Russian. They both throw their arms up in the air, as is almost customary in a tight match, to try and somehow sway the crowd and judges. Let's have a look back.
Well, for me, CHALABIYEV did the superior work from halfway through the second round, and the accuracy was marginally above that of the Russians. Clash of heads. The referee spoke to them several times during the round. She allows it to continue right up until the bell. Let's see how the judges scored it.
So our world champion in the men's bantamweight minus 56 kilo class, Javid CHALABIYEV of Azerbaijan. 10-9, 9-10, 10-9. A very tight score in the end. All three judges, though, seeing it the way of Javid CHALABIYEV of Azerbaijan, who is the new world champion. So Mr. Suleiman Mikhailov is coming out. And he will be giving the medals for the sub-56 kilo class. Ermakan Ibrahimov, a legend in Kazakhstan, is here to give out the flowers. 2000 Olympic Games champion. We were chatting to his younger brother yesterday, and he was just saying how much his big brother is truly loved in this country, and he's been given the honor of taking part in the ceremony. Well, here are the athletes. So Mr. Suleiman Mikhailov giving the bronze medal to Mikhailo Budsenko.
Kazakhstan boxer,
and it's Kiryat Yaraliev of Kazakhstan who receives the other bronze. A big hearty handshake and cuddle from Mr. Ibrahimov, handing out the flowers. The silver medalist, Vladimir Nikitin, taking a silver for Russia, the second most successful country in World Championship history.
ladies and gentlemen, world champion in the weight category 56 kilogram, and in championship,
The world champion, sub-56, men's bantamweight, comes from Azerbaijan. It is CHALABIYEV, Javid CHALABIYEV, who took a glorious victory over the Russian, and the emotions are starting to hit him.